Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making one of the meatiest meat pie you've come across on YouTube. In a pan, place 2 or 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Allow it to heat up for a bit before putting in the grounded beef. After placing in the grounded beef, you use your spatula to break it down to smaller bits and fry until the color is brown. While frying, you can use high heat and ensure that you continue stirring until the color changes from pink to brown. Once the beef is brown, you can now start adding your ingredients. So I'm putting a mixture of my spices. The measurements will be in the description of the video. After adding in your spice, you proceed adding in your peppers. I'm using green peppers, your carrots, and also at this point you add in your chopped potatoes. Allow the mixture to fry for 2 minutes, then proceed to add your flour. The essence of the flour is to ensure that the filling is juicy and not dry when you eat it. Next, add in half cups of water to the mix and cover your pan and allow to cook for 5 to 7 minutes in low heat. After 7 minutes, you can remove from the stove and allow to cool down while we proceed with making our dough. For the dough, we're going to be making use of 4 ingredients. I'm going to also list that in the description of the video. First, to place in the flour. To the flour, we're going to add in our butter. Ensure that the butter is slightly cold, not room temperature butter, so that it gives us an uneven mixture. So with your hands, you just break down the butter in the flour and just mix both of them together until you have something that looks similar to this. Next, you add in your water and you try to press the flour mixture together so that it comes in as a mold. Follow that with your milk. For my case, I added the salt into the milk, but you can add the salt directly to the mixture. That also works fine. So you add in your milk and you continue molding until you get a consistent mold. Once this is done, you can place in a thin wrap and set aside for about 40 to 45 minutes for the dough to rest. After 45 minutes, now you're ready to roll your dough. Personally, I like making the filling first so that by the time I leave the dough to rest, the filling would have cooled down. Next, you cut the dough into 2 equal halves. The reason I do this is because I want to try to get at least 3 full meat pies from each of the halves, because with this dough you should be able to make between 6 to 7 round meat pies. So I'm still using my silicone mat, so I just sprinkled a little bit of flour on the mat. The reason you see me here trying to glue 2 parts together is because the first part I cut, I noticed that it might not be enough, so I was trying to merge both of them together. This is also useful when you have remnants from the previous scotch and you need to add it to the next batch that you're going to roll. I like my meat pie dough a little bit thin, so I roll until I get that particular texture before cutting. So I'm using one of my pot covers as a cutter. This pot cover is of 23.5 centimeters in diameter. So if you have something similar in your house, you can use that and you'll be able to get 6 to 7 meat pies out of this cuts. Next, you add in your filling. This part is tricky because I like my meat pie to be really beefy, so I add to my heart desires. You can do same, then after which you just cover. So there is a slight technique when trying to cover the dough. You take it from the top and you slightly use your hand to shift the meat to a point where you know you can cover everything. Then you press down the edges and try to, it's like a pre-seal before using in the fork to press it down. Next, we'll apply our egg wash using a brush. You can also use your hand, that also works fine. The reason for the egg wash is to make sure that the meat pie have that shiny, crunchy exterior. Once done, it's time to put into the oven for 40 to 45 minutes. After the 40 minutes mark, you can check to see if the meat pie is brown enough. So I'm just going to break one so you can see how it looks inside. This meat pie is really beefy and filling, and with just one you should be good. I'm taking mine with a cold glass of Coke. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.